What's happening, people? Welcome to the Straightjacket podcast on Saeed TV. I'm back with my guy Nuruddin. You know, I'm trying to say to you, this is Straightjacket podcast episode. I can't, you know what, 130 I think it is. You know what I mean? I don't know anymore.
We've lost count now, stop counting. Count,
you know what I mean? Big up to everybody who supported the journey. Before I start the video, please smash that like button right now, people. Hit the like button. Subscribe to Saeed TV. Subscribe to Real United Therapy. Link will be in the title. All you've got to do is hit the hyperlink, subscribe to the channel and let him grow his community. But Nuruddin, how's it been, man? The sun's gone, man. Bloody hell, you know what I mean? We've had a little bit of sun.
It's good on the last
And then he said, don't get too giddy.
Don't get giddy. Don't get giddy. Everybody was getting giddy.
Yeah.
It's like, nah. Reality strikes. Just like Man United, innit? We get giddy.
We get giddy.
The sun, what the sun and Man United, the sun in Manchester and Man United.
It builds you up, doesn't it?
Get that hope.
Yeah.
Slaps you down, man.
You know, every analogy can be related to United, you know? Literally, in any walk of life, yeah. Any analogy can be like linked to United. But you know what? We've had a good distraction before we talk about any United. But you know what? I'd say it's been a good tournament. It's been a bit technical football. You know what I mean? But yesterday it really kicked in, did it? You know what I mean? Holland game was unbelievable, man. I loved it, man. Ukraine, though, they surprised me. I thought, you know, Steve, yeah, shout out to Big Steve, he goes to me, watch out for Ukraine, you know, they're a decent football inside, you know. Yeah.
This is Shevchenko, man.
Shevchenko,
man. Do you think he's going to come out with, the only things that they're a bit inexperienced, so you can tell that.
You can tell.
They've got mix of old players and younger players.
Yeah.
And the inexperience told a little bit. But the way they fought the bet into the game, and tournaments for me, whether it's the Euros, Copa America, World Cup, African Nations, it's all about goals. Yeah. And yesterday, we've got the best goal so far in the tournament. I mean...
Yarmolenko, bloody hell.
Yarmolenko went, just let off, mate. And the thing about it, he was threatening to do that in the game.
I know.
And it's funny that Holland didn't learn. They didn't learn that.
No.
Because a couple of times he tried to do that, and they didn't block that time.
I think when Daley Blind came off, I think it started going all.
By the way, big up to Daley Blind.
Yeah, man.
You know what, I'm touching my heart. The man had a heart, you know what I mean, heart issue that that happened, exactly the similar thing that happened to Eriksen happened to him. And yesterday, for him to play, he said he really doubted himself. And he was super emotional.
Why was he crying?
Yeah, he was super emotional, obviously. Because
I know, but then I realised, you know what? Eriksen is one of his mates.
Yeah, Eriksen. He grew up with Eriksen, didn't he? They come through that time at Ajax. So for me, big up Daley Blind. But as soon as Daley Blind went off, and you understand why they both had to take him off, because, you know, the emotion was getting on top of him, you know.
And he's come back from injury as well.
One of the most technically gifted footballers you'll ever see.
Why did United sell him?
That's Jose for you, mate. Anti-football. I seen your video. Anyway, I've got a bone to pick with you.
What?
I seen your video that say Jose... You know what Jose exposes? Himself. Jose is now on TalkSport, mate. That's who Jose is. Jose is a fraud. He is a fraud, right? Absolute fraud, Saeed. Me and you were in that stadium when we were getting absolute... Just the football.
Listen, I know that.
He can talk.
No, but he's a disgrace into football. He's won trophies, and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is getting away with it. Is that not true, though?
No, it's true. No, listen.
That's all I was saying.
Listen, Saeed, I agree. On that point, 100% I agree.
Yeah, that's all I said.
I agree. But the way he tried to make himself out like he is... No, you're not that guy, Jose.
Who are you speaking to? The son.
Oh, man. You know what, even... We'll have to edit that out. Edit that out. Because we don't even... That rag... That absolute rag. We don't ever want to talk about that rag.
100%.
But the way Jose makes it out, like, shut your absolute mouth, mate. What are you on about? You bored us to death, mate.
I know. But I didn't mention that.
Listen, I didn't even know where I was cycling onto the stadium. I was going through alleys.
I left the stadiums early. Remember, I used to 85 minutes behind his gun. You know, forget about Jose. We don't want to talk, because you know what? It makes us...
In the Champions League game, I have never... Even back in there when I was sneaking in, I have never left the game.
Never left.
And I left the game against Sevilla. I had the best seat.
Yeah.
2 rows back from the bench, right? Yeah. Halfway line.
Yeah. You know when I left, when Lukaku, when that touch in Crystal Palace at home, honestly, I've been seriously, I left then.
Yo, by the way, shout out Lukaku, man. Most likely,
you know what?
I did say in my review that I think he would be one of the top goal scorers.
You know what though? A lot of United fans are bickering online saying, but why did he do this at United? Why, you know what it was, yeah? I respect what Lukaku's doing. He's a goal scorer.
Love for him. Nothing but love for him.
It just didn't suit him.
He didn't suit United, mate. He just didn't suit him. Some players don't.
Yeah.
Juan Sebastian Veron, I thought in Europe, he was the best United player in Europe, right? In the league, he just didn't fit in because United tried to play in a 3 with Scholes and Keane.
Never worked.
You don't. It's like Pogba playing next to Fred and McTominay. Ain't no gonna work, people.
Exactly.
Ain't gonna work.
Exactly.
That's why when I put out a tweet this morning saying, unpopular opinion, time to let Pogba go, mate. It's time to let Pogba go. But go on, Saeed. Sorry.
No, 100%. I just think for me, when you look at Lukaku, you know what I mean, he's having a good tournament, but all this, you know, online and all that, listen, it's not going to bring him back, mate. You know what I mean? He will never come back. Because even when he comes at United, yeah, for me, at United, there's a certain pressure on you. Yeah. You've got to do everything. I think maybe it's down to what Ancelotti has built over the years, and Cantona and Best and Ronaldo and all these great players. They had everything. You know, and when a player comes to the football club, it's like, why can't he achieve that? It's like Martial, why he gets so much scrutiny. Yeah. Why is he not the number forward to get us all the goals? No. Because we've had strikers, Wayne Rooney, we've had this. They've set the precedent. Can these guys follow?
Live up to it. It's very difficult expectation to live up to. But the thing about those great players, they had any great players with them.
I know.
Right? And the fan base don't understand. They just think, like FIFA, most of them, I'm sorry, Saeed, the FIFA generation. Yeah, sure. I'm not being an old man about this, right? I am being an old man about this.
You're being a bit ageist,
But I'm telling you, the FIFA generation thing, one player is just going to get the ball like Messi and just dribble everybody and bang it in. And if you don't do that, you don't do it. Listen, we did a thing, banter aside, yeah. We said, because Paul, big up Paul.
Yeah, big up Paul.
Big up Paul. That's the whole reason why I started getting on the fan guy. Because Paul, I'm there about to get on my bike after another dismal. And he's like, his figures in. Why don't I just lump the ball up?
What's going on?
Big up Paul, man. Big up Paul.
Big up Paul, man.
Big up Paul. Nothing but love for Paul, man.
Oh, man.
And basically, we said the banter Timberland boots, innit? That's where the things came in.
Man.
Kicking
you don't realise that, though. You know,
listen,
Old
that's
Trafford
banter.
days.
You know what? It's banter. That was banter. But Lukaku will always score goals wherever it is. But Man United was never built like a team to go on.
It's never built
everything there. Never.
It was never built for even Maguire to go in now. You know what I mean? It's never even built for.
So it's a mix and match, mate. When you got no zero recruitment, it's like anything will go. Oh yeah, this glass case. Put the phone. Yep. Oh yeah, you know what? This card game. Bring this. Oh, we'll put a book in. Bring a watch in. You know what I mean? We'll do all of these things. That's what Man United.
You know what? That's what it is. You know. I think the structure of Man United, yeah, to buying players, for me, I don't get it. Like, for me, yeah, this Sancho deal, it's going to happen. You know what I mean? I know you say until he gets that shirt in. But the thing is, though, is there structure to this Sancho deal? When you look at where's Greenwood going to fit in? Apparently, Matt has been given a 1-year contract. Daniel James, all these players, yeah. What's Ollie going to say, right, how do I fit all these guys in? Martial, obviously.
We're going to have to wait to see if Ollie makes a substitution first of all. Listen, there's going to be injuries, there's going to be suspensions, there's going to be all these things. It's 60. Man United played 60-something games last season, right? We could go in another Europa League. We can still get knocked out again. History repeat itself, right?
Last season, we hardly made subs.
That's what I'm saying.
We hardly rotated it.
That's what I'm saying.
This is what I'm trying to say to you. When you look at the structure of what we're trying to do, Pogba.
Ollie Water.
Yeah, there you go. When you look at the Pogba signing, Harry Maguire, you know what I mean? You've got to look at this signing here. Every time Man United have built something, they've never ever built it around the team. I understand Man United need a right winger, but Man United at the minute do not need forwards. They need a CDM and a centre-back that can make the difference for Man United. Because at the end of the day, right, when you look at it, the Sancho deal, we can be scoring goals, but if we're leaking goals in the back.
So we conceded 27 goals last season at Old Trafford. We conceded more. Liverpool had centre midfield players playing as centre halves, and they had like fourth choice centre halves playing at times. Yeah. We conceded more goals than them. That just shows you. But anyway, listen, before we get into it, we'll come back to the Eriksen thing, because
you know what?
That was emotional, mate. Absolutely. I was in bits, mate, like that on my knees, like that, praying. Please, please, please. It was absolutely. I'm just grateful that he's alive, mate.
Yeah, 100%, man.
But shame on the BBC, man.
You know what?
Shame on the BBC.
Typical of the BBC, eh?
Shame on the BBC. I'm like, cut to the studio. Cut to the studio. Cut to the studio. I'm like, cut to the studio. What are you doing? What are you doing? Don't. They saw the man there, the doctor sitting on his chest. Don't show that. The person, where's his dignity? Where's his dignity? And people are like, all right, that's all I have to do, just cut away from the
No,
life.
but people are saying though, it's UEFA's right, but UEFA don't tell you, listen, when you can pause and play. You could have easily said, you know what, in Danish TV, they cut out to outside the ground.
Yeah.
BBC could have said, you know what, we'll go back to studio.
That's it.
But what they did was, they zoomed it into the wife while she was sobbing away, you know what I mean, and trying to, you know, find some consolement, you know.
That to me is tragic, because this is like heartbreaking moments. You don't want it to be on TV, mate. You don't want to be watched by millions. But one thing I would say, big up to everyone on his team, mate. So big up to his captain. Yeah. Big up to the fans, both Finland and Danish fans. Big up to the referee.
The fans that gave the flag, by the way. You see them? They gave the Finnish flag, right? Yeah. And they covered him so while he was getting his treatment. You know, and also big up to the medical staff, mate. You know, the CPR. Very important in CPRs, isn't it? You know what I mean?
That's why I said, you know what? You know me. I worked in the cultural arts and stuff.
Yeah, of course.
And I've been on loads throughout the years.
Yeah,
like I've been on loads. And obviously you work with vulnerable young people in schools. And that skill, honestly, is so vital. So we encourage everybody. Yeah. The thing you can take away from the Eriksen moment is everybody can do it.
You have to be a first aider as well.
Yeah, everybody can do it. Being to train as a first aider. Yeah. Wherever you're working in your
get free courses as well.
You get free. Listen, you can apply, and you can even watch videos of it.
There's videos
learn from videos. Yeah. And go to any place in your local community and just learn how to save, because we can all save a life. Know where your local defibrillators are in the building. We've got one in here, one of the university buildings, more modern buildings or organisations. There's a defibrillator, especially in central area like in Manchester. Yeah. There are defibs, and they're so self-explanatory. Put in one here, one there, boom, you put in the machine, and that's what saved him apparently. The defib, and then that's when they did the comprehensions and
knowing what you do in terms of recovery position, knowing where to find
and that's what his captain did. His captain flicked his tongue out.
There you go.
Turned him on his side.
Yeah. This is what we need to do, people. This is kind of a message to the people, you know, kind of, you know. And it was a sad moment because I thought of the worst.
Yeah, Saeed, listen.
Man, you know when you're sick to your stomach.
Saeed, I was choking. Listen, I was tears rolling down my cheeks, man. Because to see a human being like that, that's anybody. We all love football, yeah? So we all feel like, because we know all their names, we have an emotional attachment to these players, right? Because we all love football, and they're living the dream that all of us wanted to live, right? It's play for a club, be successful, play for your country, right?
Of course.
This is the thing that we all aspire to. So when people go, oh, you know what, footballers, to me it makes me realize when a celebrity dies, sometimes I'll be cynical and go, why are these people crying? But then I'm thinking, you know what? Those people who are crying, that's their idol. They're in that world. They have this emotional connection with these people, right? But for me, when he collapsed, but watching them, I was old enough to be watching that game. Colombia versus Cameroon, right? I was there. I was watching that live. And Matt Vivian Foe when he collapsed, right? More people don't know that. Matt Vivian Foe was a Cameroonian footballer. He played for Man City. He played for them. And he was a brilliant, absolute warrior, midfield player, fantastic footballer. Colombia in the Confederation Cup in France, I think it was in Lyon, if I don't, it was in Lyon. Confederation Cup, I think it might have been 2003. I think it might have been. I might be wrong. It was Cameroon versus Colombia. He collapsed, watching the game's going on, he just falls. And the next minute, that was it. They took him off, stretcher came, took him off, game's going on.
After.
He's done.
Yeah.
He's died.
And then also
left about 4 children
the recent
behind.
one as well, Fabricio Mamba.
Yeah, Fabricio Mamba.
I remember that one, you know what I mean? Everyone thought it was gone.
Yeah, that game we were all watching, and when he
Tottenham first Bolton. Was it FA Cup replay, wasn't it?
I think, yeah.
Sure, it was FA Cup replay.
It was, but all I remember is the doctor, or the doctors running from the stand to get on the pitch. Yeah. And luckily, the guy knew exactly, he's one of the top like cardiologists in the country. And they knew exactly where to take him, and they saved him. And I saw his tweet, and he was like, "Please." But that's why I tweeted that. I was like, because the internet is sick, mate. I don't care what people tell me. That's why I was like, "Is this real? Is this photos real?"
Yeah, of course.
It's because
you know what people are like, and in this modern day generation.
Trust me, people can Photoshop anything.
Yeah. And also there was a sick account as well that, you know, that tweeted something about there's going to be a player who dies in the tournament. And I was like, what? You know, I don't know if you've seen it, but it was on. And he failed to kind of delete it. He didn't want to delete it. You know, there's all these kind of like conspiracy theories that this was going to happen and what was going to happen. And then basically, at that time, you know, it kind of happened. But we just have to say, you know what I mean, speedy recovery to Eriksen, you know what I mean? I think he's speaking now, you know what I mean?
He some quotes I read this morning.
Yeah.
He's saying that he'd like to thank everybody for helping him. And
hope he, you know, he comes. I think it's unlikely, but I hope he comes back to football, you know what I mean?
But to me, that's second. That to me, you would like for it. You would like the story to think, you know, like Blind, right? So he can come back. Yeah, come back. Because you can imagine, you know, all his life he's lived for us to play football. For me, but he's 29 years old. He's been successful. To me, he's been successful. He's been one of the best creative midfielders in Europe of his generation. You know what I mean? He's the biggest player. He's the biggest player for Denmark. The one to go to. Everybody talked about. It's him. Yeah. But for me, Saeed, his second nature. He's 29 years old. Yeah. He's got 2 children.
Football is the most.
He's got a family. He's got friends. Right.
That's the word.
And as long as he's healthy, that's all that matters. He's a winner. He's won anyway. To me, he's won the biggest trophy. For all the scenes that we've seen, despicable scenes when whatever TV, BBC cameras were there. I mean, people say it was not might be the local TV cameras or UEFA cameras that were there anyway. But to me, they should have cut to the studio a lot earlier.
Easily.
But for me, he won the biggest battle. He won the biggest match in his life. It's his life. Yeah. And whether he comes back or not, to me, it's second nature to me. Obviously, you would like him to come back like Billing and play a game. But 29 years old, he's got 2 children. He's got his family. He's got his family. He's got his friends, and he's alive.
Yeah, he's alive. Yeah.
And that's the most. Because trust me, a lot of people can go, mate. A lot of people.
No matter how fit you are, you know what I mean.
Lots of people can go. Life, I mean, I could tell a story. I remember working at the corner house, and we worked well. It was in a cinema, and I was rushing this must be about 12 years ago, maybe 10, 11 years ago. And a guy, Scottish guy, big up to all of Scotland anyway, good luck for the game today.
Yeah, good luck for the game,
all those Scottish fans. I remember watching, he came from the train station and he came to some business, he came for some work in Manchester. He come off the train obviously, and I could see the guy outside, so he's like that holding his chest. So you know me, I just went out, opened the door, and I was like, I could see through the glass in it. I'm like, what's happening to you? Because the way he was just wincing. I got him inside. I said, you okay? And he said, I think I'm having a heart attack. And I've had a heart attack before. Straight away, goddamn, put him in recovery position. Ran across to the building, said to them, ring the ambulance ASAP. Everything worked out all right. It's about the quick reactions.
Quick reaction.
Yeah,
100%.
And when you see somebody now, people are too busy to walk past people. Yeah,
I know, man.
If people are clutching their chest, if people are fainting, just ring the ambulance. Because the quicker the chance you give them, it's about the timing, bro. And the guy went to survive at the end, you know what I mean? But
big up to you, man.
You know what? It's not just about me. Loads of people do that all over. If I had a defib back in the day, would have put the defib on him. That would have even maybe helped even quicker. Do you know what I mean? But it's about time. It's about absolute time. And most buildings now, they have defibs. Please educate yourself on how to do CPR. Get on courses to learn how to save people's lives, because we can all do it. Every one of you can do it, honestly. And you could bystanders, you can call them in to help. Loads of times on these emergency situations, and we're just grateful that he's alive.
Yeah, grateful he's alive, you know what I mean, and hopefully he has speedy recovery. Anything about the tournament that you've kind of like? Turkey, they let us down for me. Young team, man.
Very young team. To be fair, and Italy did a job on them. Italy did a job on them in terms of, because 17 months, you know what I mean, 17 games they've been unbeaten, right? Whatever games they've been unbeaten, but they've not been in a tournament. Italy didn't go in the tournament, so Italy had to absolutely base up Mancini. Mancini, man, those of you who know he's a ball. He was an absolute baller, right? Most right. People, I said yesterday, I was explaining to people, how much of a baller Sanchenko was, right? How much of a baller Mancini was. An absolute baller, original number 10, one of the number 10s of his generation, especially in Italian football. They literally ripped the Italian rule book on how to play up.
I know.
And they've come with a style of play.
Style with all this,
and he's basically picking players that are not. And for the first time, Italy, they don't have 2 or 3 players that are world. Insigne is the guy that you can think, but he's not that huge in terms of world football.
He's a nippy player.
Yeah, exactly. But they all have players.
Barella. They've even had Verratti on the bench. You know,
to be fair, he's not fit, and he's the most well-known.
Exactly.
Verratti will be the superstar.
Exactly.
In this
but they've
team.
still got now. They've got this young kid in Barella. They've got this right winger. They have Locatelli. You know what I mean?
And look at the style. Look at the style.
They've changed it. I think Italy now. I think they've changed their style and the way they play. Before they were known to be solid defensively and come out and
nick a goal.
Exactly. Sit back.
That's why I always used to say Jose Mourinho played 1968 Italian style football.
Yeah, you know what? That's true. That's
what Jose was. That's what Jose, and that worked for a minute because football is in cycles in terms of styles of play, right? Comes in cycles, and sometimes that style is popular. But Italy, they were absolutely. I was shocked they're leaving. They were. To be fair, the tactics of the Turkish manager didn't help either because he thought first game we're playing Italy, sit back. And the heat got to them. The heat got to them. But then I'm like, you play in a hot country. You know what? Turkey,
there you go.
So the heat and the expectations. Naive.
And that own goal didn't help as well.
Yeah.
What about England? You know what? To be fair, this is the thing with England. It's not going to be pretty, but they were effective yesterday, though. I'll tell you that. You know, the Phillips in the midfield. You know what a player.
Yo, shout out Phillips, man.
Shout out Phillips,
because you know what? I didn't think that he had that in him.
I always rated him, you know.
But then, fair play to you, Saeed. Because I thinking him and Declan Rice. I was thinking it's too defensive.
But Phillips can play though.
You know, he can. And this is it. Rice sat and he went, and that helps. And that helps.
Yeah,
and that helps. But when you look at them both. We can have both for the minute. They look better than Scott McTominay. And
there you go then.
But to be fair, Scott McTominay, if he's the number 8, he might be decent. But Man United need more than decent.
Exactly.
Right. If we're going to try to get to where we are, but today McTominay will do a job for Scotland, I'm sure.
We'll see.
Good luck to Scotland. Good luck, McTominay. But one thing I would say, that's what people in the comments do.
Southgate.
Southgate shut people up, mate. Big up Southgate first of all. Big up shut everybody up, mate.
Man, you know what, man?
Shut the nation up, yes.
Is that better for England, though? Is that better for England that we're doubting him?
We're doubting him.
He might do better than we expect, you know what I mean?
At the end of the day.
When Gary Neville's talking about is as the vital asset and all. You know what, Gary Neville? Man, oh my God.
Yo, big up Gary Neville.
Why does he want to make friends, you know? Gary Neville is literally like always trying to make friends. And he's always trying to see on the good side so he can get maybe an England job or, you know, a job in Man United.
You know what? One thing about Gary Neville.
I don't care if your teammates.
Listen, you don't want to go back to being a coach. You don't want to go back to being a coach.
Oh my God.
He's a good pundit, right? We don't agree with everything Gary said, but his heart is in the right place. One thing to say about Gary. His heart is in the right place. And like those are the Muppets, those Gallagher brothers, you don't call this city a shithole, right? So that's one thing. That's one thing about Gary Neville. He loves the people in Manchester. He loves the people in Manchester, and he's always speaking on behalf of them.
You know, Sancho not on the pitch, Grealish not on the pitch.
But I thought he picked the team. I think he picked the team. I don't think that's going to be the same against Scotland.
You reckon?
No, I don't think. I think Grealish is going to play for Scotland because. Yesterday, you had to sort out the midfield. You can't have gun-ho. Whether we like it or not, both Chilwell and Luke Shaw sometimes go gun-ho, right? Go forward. Now. And Trippier, it's been Simeone, mate.
Exactly.
Southgate looked at Trippier. She looked at Trippier in training and gone, lad, you're not moving 5 yards. So you know that's Trippier.
He's the ultimate left back in terms of you want defensive left back. No,
listen, Southgate realised that Trippier's been Simone, mate. Don't go. No,
and he's won the league with that. He's won the league like that.
And he's won a league. He's won, regardless of what you say, he's won a league. He actually, he's just stay put. Both him and Walker, you saw it yesterday. Yeah. Stay put.
Walker was a bit dodgy, man.
Listen, both of them. To be fair,
he grew into the game though.
Listen, it's nerves. Listen, Wembley. After the year they've had, right, after losing Champions League final, it's nerves, you know what I mean? Croatia done them already, psychologically, Croatia done them, knocked them out of the World Cup semi-final. So, for me, it was about the midfield yesterday, and England got hold of the midfield. And in that first 20 minutes, England should have scored. I think they would have scored too. I think if they would have scored, I think goals would have rained in. I think it would have been a lot of easier game if that Foden chance would have gone in. But I think they had to pick. And what I'll say, big up Sterling.
Yeah,
Sterling.
A lot of people hate on him, you know. I don't know what this hate is on Sterling, you know, man.
We know what it is, man.
Yeah,
we know what it is.
What's the report as well? What did she say? Is that necessary, the report was said?
But that's
We've not been on form, we've not scored for Man City. Why did you talk about Man City? We're playing for England.
He's playing for England. And he said that, he already said that to when the question he asked her. Well, she asked him another question. She was like, listen, I was looking forward to coming here. I was looking forward to coming here and meeting up with the team.
Sterling played well, man.
Big up Sterling, like he said, in his backyard. He backed himself
Wembley.
to score in his backyard. You know what I mean? It was a stone throw away, innit?
He could be a key player in this tournament. Because what he does is he gets him in them positions. He might not score all the time. You know, he scored yesterday, but you know, he might not be as convincing as people say. But I think he'll cause problems to any team. You know what I mean? And I think for me, England was solid at the back with Mings. Mings surprised me though, by the way. I thought he played solid. You know what I mean? And hopefully can continue. Pickford looked assuring. Yeah. So the signs are there for England.
With that new haircut, mate.
Oh my god.
Pickford bold is a bit giddy. He's
no,
a bit too
man,
giddy.
this one here, man, is not me. Like, it looks like he's, you know what I mean? He's going on a night. I want something below. Big up to Pickford, man.
Listen, to me, what I'm saying about Mings, right? Mings is a quite aggressive footballer. But to be fair,
too aggressive.
Listen, to be fair to England's defence, Croatia didn't really go for it. No. Croatia went to ultra defensive. Like I said, it's the first game. Majority of first games is the one thing I've noticed about this tournament. Teams that have gone for it have won.
Yeah.
Teams that have gone slightly bit defensive.
Sit back. Like Austria, they went for it.
I've got found out. Yeah. I've got found out. And Austria, they tried to go a bit defensive. They found out that, yo, big up Pandev, mate. Go around Pandev, man. Those of you who don't know, man. Just all you have to do is FIFA generation. You need to absolutely YouTube that wonder of a left foot for the Inter Milan, mate. Absolute legend. Best player in Macedonia, mate. Best player in North Macedonia.
North Macedonia, better.
Yeah, North Macedonia. You know what?
Put that out now.
Yeah, North Macedonia. And you know what? Honestly, I felt, just regardless of losing, he scored.
I know.
He scored.
It's a good moment.
And that to me is a beautiful moment. But any team, to me, that's what I've noticed. If you try to sit back, you're going to get found. And to me, one thing I would say about Croatia, they left one of the most fiercest, the strikers on the bench. They play the old players, and that generation of players is coming to an end, like Modric, and you know what I mean? They didn't have like Mandzukic and those other kind of players. They didn't have those players. So that generation, and you can see Perisic is not the same player as he was.
They need a new generation.
They need to play the younger generation. A lot of them are on the bench. They didn't go for it.
No.
So, but one thing I say, everything that was asked for him, Mings dealt with it. Everything that was asked of him, he dealt with it. So, and England were reassured, and that's why people went. But one thing I was saying, that first 20 minutes, England, I've not seen England play with that intensity against a good team, because they're not a crap team. One thing to say about that, they're not a crap team. Their pedigree tells you they're not. Midfield, they've got probably some of the best.
It's how you manage them. It's like when Man United, you know, we've got a kind of a good team, but it's how you manage them.
But we've got super imbalanced, to be fair.
Yeah, and we're talking about now. You know, Dutch United, mate. There's reports of Donny wants to apparently move on. Apparently, Arsenal looking at him. Martial.
Would you want to stay?
I don't think so.
Wouldn't. I wouldn't. If Donny, the way I was treated, no chance, mate.
No.
If I'm Donny and I'm his agent, I'm trying to get him out of there, mate. Because at the end of the day, that to me, Europa League final sums it all up for me. All up for me. He didn't come on to go on. He didn't get that opportunity to change a game, to win a trophy for Man United. He didn't. No. So for me, all I'm saying to you is like you know me, the Ali in Ali out debate, because I think the clown's above him, right?
Yeah, of course.
They're the biggest. I'll go to the grave with that, right? I will always tell it as it is, that the clowns above him don't know what they're doing. So how do I expect the manager to know what he's doing, right? If the clowns above, and the structure is that they're
because they don't know what they're doing. It's like a transfer window for me. It's almost as if Sancho, and then you know what? I don't know about the rest. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know what they're trying to do.
Deja vu. What have we learned from last season?
Nothing.
What have we learned from last transfer?
Even 2 years ago.
We've not
outside the home days. You know what I mean?
Listen, we've not learned nothing. We've absolutely not learned nothing, and nobody's gonna tell me to give a chance to John Mayer. And people get it twisted. John Mayer is the director. Darren Fletcher is just a technical director, which means his job. It was the Nicky Bot job, which is help youth players,
head of development, basically.
Yeah, development to the first team.
Yeah,
that's what. So he's not involved in transfers before anybody gets twisted. John Mayer is the guy. He's been there since David Moyes has been there. I found like a broken record. I can't see anything change because who's the chief negotiator of transfers? Matt Judge. They've still not found a person, by the way. You know what I mean? It's like Ed Wood I know he's going to be leaving end of December, but again, there's no rumbling of. Richard Arnold, mate. Don't worry, Bankers FC, my friend.
You know what it is, yeah? Are you surprised how the Glazed move is just vanished now?
Nah, this is the thing about it, because there's no games in it. We would have been protesting. Let's get it right.
We were there last game against Fulham.
Listen,
no, but I'm not about like in terms of like. I feel like what's happening now is this Sancho signing is going to excite a lot of the youth.
Nah,
and it's going to excite all the young ones.
The FIFA generation, yeah.
Yeah, that's the FIFA generation. When you look at it, shirt sales will probably go up because at the end of the day, like it or not, man, it's going to be tempting for a lot of these guys who want to buy shirts. You know, for me, yeah, this is what I'm trying to say. I don't want to force anyone not to buy a shirt because at the end of the day, yeah, we're not a dictatorship, you know what I mean? No. If you believe in the message of Glazer out, then you wouldn't buy his t-shirt. No. But I'm not going to force it up because at the end of the day, happiness is key in life.
Yeah.
Do you want to buy a t-shirt, buy a t-shirt. I'm not going to judge you, but at the end of the day, you can't be hypocritical and say Glazer out, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, you're funding the Glazers. Even though people can say to me, I'm the hypocrite because I've got a season ticket. But I don't watch United because of the Glazers. I watch United because of United.
The club.
The club. I watch the club and the football, you know what I mean?
Owners will come and go.
Players
will come and go.
100%. But I look at it and I think, will Sancho solve any problem?
No,
I don't. You know what? Yeah.
So about 3 years ago, maybe 2.5 years, 3 years ago, we had a conversation. I remember he said to me, you know what, Harry Maguire, we can go. No player.
You know what? Yeah. I remember 2 years ago. I remember we're going to win the league.
Listen, not one player is going to turn us into this. Not one player is going to turn us into this. At the end of the day, we know our problems. Man United need to get rid of some midfield players, right? I need to bring in specialised midfield players who will take us back. But Saeed, it's like a broken record. We know what we need. It doesn't take a genius
to find out.
It's not. It's no secrets in football anymore. We know what Man United need. The club and the structure is not there to provide that. So the idea of blaming, the only thing I'll blame manager is he doesn't make substitutions.
Yeah.
He's not proactive enough. His game management has been horrendous. He's gone super defensive, even though he tells me about Man United DNA.
Yeah.
And these are facts.
Yeah.
So if the Ollie outers, so the Ollie inners are upset by that, that's a fact. I'm not an Ollie out person, right? But I have to lay about the facts. But I also have to lay about the fact that he's trying to do some things in the club with his hand tied behind his back. And you said that from day done, right?
Of course, yeah.
Wherever manager.
It's been, for me, he's been a scapegoat. He's put lambs to the slaughter. So at the end of the day, yeah, I called it 2 years. Again, people, watch the fan cams, watch the videos. I did say Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has been put out to dry.
Yeah,
because at the end of the day, yeah, he was never good enough for this job. No. You know what I mean? Let's be real, man.
He's learning.
He's learning on the job. And also, you can't learn on this job. It's the biggest club in the world. And we've got the biggest expectation. The fans expect a lot. From if you have one bad performance, the fans go in on you.
Of course.
Because this is what the nature of Man United is.
Because we're that big, yeah. We're that big.
Everything is scrutinised, you know what I mean? Yeah. Even when I look at, like, say now, the groundsman, if he's not done a good job and he's not cut the grass right, he's sacked tomorrow. This is a unique club, you know what I mean? And for me, when I look at it, I just look at where the club's direction is going. It's like, I think we're concentrating on Sancho too much, and then it's like, right, we need a centre back.
That's the summer. That's it. That. If that transfer gets done, there's Sancho. There's a new toy. Hey, buy the shirts. That's it.
80 million. You know, they were talking about Kingsley Coleman. I would have probably spent 40-50 million on him.
No, I would not. I told you the player that Man United need to go and get. Rafinha, Neto. You could go and get Rafinha and Neto for that same money you're getting.
I know.
For the same money you're spending on Sancho.
I know.
And then you could, you know what, you can get either one of them. You can get Neto and then go and get a proper CDM, or a proper midfield player that can do it, that can tackle, like Benzema. Do you know what I mean? You could go and do that.
Looking at that, no, that's the problem.
Or go and get someone like Koundé. Because Varane.
But what I'll do is I'll sell David De Gea. Get 40 to 60 million for Varane. Use the wages that David De Gea's on. Use it on that. Then I'd go get Bissouma for about 30-40 million. Even though I think his price will plummet.
It's about 30 million.
Yeah, and then after that, what I'll do is
I'll go and get Neto, mate.
And then I'll go and get Neto. You know what I mean? But I'll probably get Rafinha because Neto's injured. But again, Man United don't think like that. I think for me, and I'll be honest with you, it's an unpopular opinion. Sancho for me is a commercial signing.
Yeah, of course it is. Of course it's a commercial signing.
It's not for the greater good of Man United. I really don't.
What have they ever made a greater good of Man United? What have they ever done when this regime, these bankers have been in charge? When have they ever made a footballing decision that's for the greater good of Man United? When?
Never.
They bought Pogba because of that.
If they wanted
bought
to,
Pogba
and people that
because of
argue
that.
against it, if Man United were not to do that, they'd probably go and buy players that were suited to the structure of the football club and make a team of teams, not in terms of big just money signings. You know what I mean?
The biggest thing they would do would go and sign a proper director of football. If they were serious, they would go and get a proper head of recruitment. If they were serious, they're not serious people. This is a joke, cash cow of a club for these guys. People are not. That's why you'll never see me. I'll be at Old Trafford, right? Soon as the Euro ends, I'll be there with my sign in and around the stadium saying, "Do not buy a shirt. You're funding the Glazers." Like, I respect for people who want to do that, who want to buy their kids that, because that's the generation they're in. But I will be out there, Saeed, and I hope you will join me. Others will join me to say, "Do not buy merch from this club because you're funding the Glazers, and the Glazers are toxic. They're everything that's wrong with Man United and facts." And there ain't no sugarcoating that. There ain't no sugarcoating that. There ain't. I give respect to people like Must, right? Who are Man United supporters trust, who want to try to have a dialogue, try to see. All of this is a smoke screen, mate.
I know.
They're playing the long game. They want people to forget. But we cannot forget. We are Glazers out, mate. Win, lose or draw. I don't care whoever the manager is. Unless those bankers go and that toxic Glazers get out, right? Man United ain't going to be successful. No. Guarantee you. Winning an odd trophy here and there and everywhere. What's that going to do? We need to structure our signings, you know what I mean? And for now, Man United aren't doing that. Looking forward to the end of the Euros, hopefully, you know what I mean? We can see Scotland's going to be playing today. Spain for Sweden, hopefully there'll be a shot. Yeah, there'll be a decent game. Yeah, man, just more football people, and I hope you enjoyed this podcast. No, it did. It's been a pleasure, man. Love.
Let the people know what you're up to.
Listen, United Real Therapy, like I said, most of you know Twitter, that guy Red Devil, Mr. Structure. I'm always going to be banging.
And also tell people to message you about being mod.
Yeah, you know what? Those of you who want to be mod, who will subscribe to me on Twitter, send me your URL of your channel, of your YouTube URL, and then we'll definitely add you as a mod. Shout out Joey. I've already added Joey as a mod today. Saeed helping me out with this. Still getting used to this YouTube game, people, but it's, you know, sooner than later. Sooner than later. But people, subscribe to the channel, and like I said, we'll beat that community. Hopefully we'll do a video now. We'll try to go live now and see, hopefully, get people to come and comment about the Euros. But it's enough love, but I want you to smash a like on this, man. You know what? Straightjacket podcast.
130 now.
You know what? 130. Trust me, one of the podcasts that I most likely look for.
You know what, man? Big up to the community, man, because I was in Salford the other day, man, and there was a gentleman, you know what I mean, with his missus, and he goes, "We watch it together," and he goes, "See, big up to Nuruddin as well," you know what I mean?
Yo, big up,
so many people in the community, I get stopped, you know, every day and that. So big up to you guys that say you enjoyed it. For me, I don't think there's a better podcast, you know what I mean? Real content.
Raw.
We don't sugarcoat, it's raw. You know what I mean? Shout out to Aaron.
Shout out to Aaron.
Shout out to Aaron, couldn't be in work today, but you know what I mean? Look at this, people.
Shout out to Musa as well, man.
Shout out to Musa as well. Shout out to Flawless.
JV.
Shout out to all the
man. Man, subscribe to that channel, man.
Make sure
Mr. Aaron UTD.
Yeah, big up to them.
20 grand. You know what? Road to 20 grand. 20 subscribers.
Come on, man. So, people, it's a brilliant journey, and we're going to continue on every week. We'll try and do this every week and give you a bit of an update on Man United, if there is an update. And also, you know what I mean? See if Sancho.
Like, that's like a trophy. What have we won? Sancho!
Oh my God.
Yo, picking the kid up with his big ears, you know what I mean? We won Sancho.
Man. And people have been telling me rumours that Sancho was off to a medical. Guys, like the video, subscribe to Saeed TV, and we're out, people. Take care, bye-bye, and peace.